How many of you feel like the world is changing too fast? Anybody? Well, if you think the world is changing too fast today, I've got bad news. It's going to change faster tomorrow. Here's the deal, and here's the good news for us, I think. The world is changing fast, but the laws of behavior remain the same. Now, Dr. Sundberg was referring often to a book that was written over 50 years ago, right? Ivar Lovaas, when I met him, he talked about, he says, to the audience, he says, the principles of behavior are relatively well understood. This was 1966. And so if you knew them then, guess what? You know them now. There's not a day goes by in our office that I don't have to ask a younger person how to do something. But in matters of behavior, guess what? They still come to me. Not necessarily to me, but other people, older people in the office. Because they've learned something about human behavior that will never go out of style. It's not that we know everything. There's still a lot to learn. But the basic principle that we know, that we learn, are going to be here for a long time. We learn from our environment. When do you think that's going to change? And so what I tell our customers is, if you know about behavior, then your job is secure. I'm a big fan of parent-student talk program. And basically what this says is the behavior goes to the most reinforcing part of the environment. I read an article, I think just yesterday, the day before, about some guy's got something on the web. He's talking about how distractibility is a brain thing. And all this is something you can't really control. We're designed to be distracted. Well, we know how to change that, right? She said Adderall. What was they? Positive reinforcement. And the magic law demonstrates that over and over again. That if we put more reinforcement on A than there is in any other part of the environment, guess what? People focus on A. If you take a teenager with a video game, are they distractible? Do they know somebody's around? Do they hear you call them for dinner? No. Well, how many reinforcements do you think they're getting? It's around 200 a minute. What part of work, what part of school produces 200 reinforcements a minute? And so I think our model needs to be flipped. And by the age of 20. If you think about golf, I'm crazy about golf in my old age. And what is it? 5% of the practice time is on the green. 60% of the strokes are on the green. So if you're trying to reduce the number of strokes, wouldn't you practice more on the green? 80% of the practice time is on the tee, hitting the driver, when 14% of the strokes are off the tee. And this is a model I'm thinking about in terms of treatment. That we got it backwards. If we really believe that the environment is the source of behavior change, then we've got to work on the environment first. And the biggest part of our effort should be on the environment. Tell me about where this didn't work. And I said, well, you tell me where gravity didn't work, and I'll tell you where this didn't work. We're talking about the laws of behavior. We're not talking about something I made up. We're talking about the laws of behavior as science discovered them. I can tell you some examples where we didn't do the job. I can tell you some cases where they didn't do the job, but every time they've used the science to make changes, it works. And really, it's only a matter of degree.